Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? I actually just realized it's a good thing I wore this shirt and actually played a deck today that had red and green in it. I felt a little silly. But today we're going to be taking a look at a Temur Landfall list. Now, we did the Naya one a couple days ago, and some of y'all really enjoyed that one. So I figured let's run it back and do it just a bit differently. And we're going to play a version that actually is able to come at you with 3 possible ways to kill you. So that's going to be actually a lot of fun. So let's go ahead, take a look at this Temur Landfall deck that actually is pretty interesting. If you want to support the channel, remember to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn. You'll save 5% on everything you order over there at UltraPro, and that includes all the new sweet stuff from their Lemon Yellow collection this month. All right, before we get into the deck, please remember to check out the memberships down below if you want to join the channel, get some cool rewards, get to have input on things, and even get your decks featured here on the channel. All that's down below. Now, this deck, I will say, in the first game we play, I think I actually played some with the Neverwinter Dryad in here for a game, but I think that was it. After that, we just kind of took off on stream and did whatever. But this is actually a lot of fun because, well, let's just go through the list and we'll talk about the cards as we go through them. But Fading Hope, this is one that is kind of necessary, right? There's a lot of just early damage stuff that we need to be able to stop, especially in a world where people are putting enchantments on things, they're equipping things, they're doing all this other stuff that it's best to just buy a turn or two. The other thing too is the Scry. The Scry, this is one of the decks where the Scrying is actually really big because we can set up the next turn, whether we need to find one of our lands that fetches and triggers twice, or if we need to just find, maybe we don't want land and we need some other actual spell, right? This is going to really help us set things off. Then we've got 4 Ruin Crab, and I know I am the first one to tell you I'm not a big fan of mill decks. However, in this regard, I actually like having this as a backup plan. We can actually, well, I don't even know if I'd say it a backup. All these plans are kind of equal, to be honest. But this allows us an opportunity where the opponent almost has to go after our Ruin Crab, leaving some of the other avenues open, so we get more kill options, which is pretty neat. Now we have Druid class. This I like for a lot of reasons. Again, where we're talking about the Fading Hope being there to buy a little bit of time, this is actually going to let us gain life every time we play a land, which is pretty big, and lets us play an additional land every turn. Now, this is big because of Valakut exploration, so if we do get a land on one of those triggers, we can actually keep the string going, if you will. So that's actually a really big deal. Really, really like what this is doing for us. Then we've got 4 Lotus Cobra. Also, I want to say this about Druid class too. Don't forget about the last level. We will use that multiple times, I'm sure, being able to just attack opponents, right? Being late in the game, being able to make a big like 10-10, 13-13, whatever, after we fetched all these lands out is actually really good. But yeah, Lotus Cobra just to make mana and make it easier to do all the things we want to do. Valakut exploration, like we explained, this becomes another way to kill the opponent, right? So now we've got Ruin Crabs, which can mill. We've got damage, obviously, through even like big tokens with Druid class or whatever. And then now we actually have direct damage that we can do with Valakut exploration. So lots of options here. Then we have Scoot Swarm. So we can just make piles of things that the opponents just scoop to because you make 52 blockers or whatever. So like that's always a fun one. But this is a cool thing we can do on top of being able to do the Valakut exploration and the Ruin Crab or whatever. Topiary Stomper. This would be probably the card we question the most in the deck, and we'll play some games and figure out how much we like this card or how much we don't. I think it could go either way, but the fact that it does give us a sizable body midway through the game, because we can get to 7 fairly easily, and then also help us search when we're in the middle of, you know, trying to trigger stuff late game. And this is important too, because not only that, you get a body and whatever other triggers you're getting, which could help you move things on. Or if you're in a situation like Valakut exploration, where maybe you haven't gotten a leveled up Druid class yet, you can go ahead and play your Topiary Stomper. It finds a land, and then you get the trigger from the exploration, what might let you play a land that you find, right? So all the cards do work together fairly well, so we'll see. Splendid Reclamation. This is kind of the card in a lot of these lists. It's possible I should probably be playing a 4th. I don't really know yet, but this card is good. Anytime you have crabs out, anytime you've got explorations out or Scoot Swarms, like if you get to use one of these 1 times with like a couple, even 3 lands in the yard or whatever, such a big impact on the game. So card's very good in here. We're really, really enjoying this one. Again, maybe he needs a 4th. Don't know yet. Quandrix Cultivator. This is in a way kind of like Topiary Stomper, but a little bit different in the sense that it is only a 3/4. You don't have to have the threshold to attack or block, but it does put the land into play untapped, which is also very powerful. So that's something else to consider here. And a 3/4 body is nothing to turn your nose up at. That's going to be really good against a fair amount of the aggressive decks. So yeah, Quadra Cultivator gets a thumbs up. And then Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. This is a card we don't get to play with that often, but I'm a really big fan in a deck like this. And partly because then literally everything except for a handful, I guess our enchantments, actually get to do stuff, because we're going to be triggering landfall, we're going to be playing additional bodies, we're going to be getting extra land into play, maybe going off with Lotus Cobras. This can basically allow you to go infinite in the right scenarios as well. If you have a couple of Lotus Cobras and maybe even a leveled up Druid class, like, you can start getting all kinds of things happening. So really, really love this in here. We are playing one Ancient Green Warden because late game, it's a cool body, and it does have Secret Reach. You know, a lot of people forget that this has Reach, so occasionally you get to pick off something your opponent wasn't paying attention to. And then we're playing 2 Cyclone Summoners because, well, if you reset the board, you have a big advantage with the 7/7, and we are going to recover much faster than our opponent with all of our landfall and everything else, and you really put them in a bind. And it's also pretty solid if you're able to gum up the board against some of these token decks or low-to-the-ground aggro decks as well. Or treasure decks, actually. If you can get a bunch of their treasure off the field, that's pretty good too. And then lands, we're keeping it simple because we got to have a bunch of basics and things that fetch them. So we got 4 islands, 3 mountains, 6 forests, 4 each of Broker's Hideout and Cabaret Courtyard, 2 Maestro's Theater, and 1 Riveteer's Overlook. Now, I will say it's possible that maybe we should cut back an island, play an additional forest, something like that. However, we do kind of want to be able to hit Ruin Crabs and Fading Hopes early, so it's kind of going to be 6 one way, half a dozen another. But hey, the test games work well, so we're going to play the rest of these, and then we're going to see how it goes. So as always, watch the games, enjoy them, have some fun, grab your favorite beverage, whatever it is you do when you watch my stuff, and then at the end of the games, we'll talk about how we could update this list or what cards we like or didn't like. So I'll catch you, as always, on the other side. I think we have to mulligan this. That's tough. I want to keep it, but I don't think I can. Oh, well, this isn't that much better. But we're going to keep it anyway. Let's get rid of an island. This is kind of tough, but I think we have to do this first, just to guarantee when we get around to it, we can Topiary Stomper. Because turn 2, we're just going to play Druid class, I'm pretty sure. Or not. We're going to do this, because that makes more sense. This is probably a bullet for the crab. As it should be, honestly. Oh, it is not a bullet for the crab. Oh, man. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get a mountain while we're in here. No attacks. Though I almost attacked for 0 there, just to send a message to that silly little cleric. So right, next turn, if we get an untapped land, we'd be able to level this up and then play this and get 2 triggers and gain 2 life. Be 1 mana away from triggering Topiary Stomper. That'd be kind of cool. And the deck delivered. Look at that. That's nice. Man, this is like really popping off. Go ahead and do this. And we can go get an island. And then next turn, we'll be able to attack with Topiary Stomper. All right, we got quite a few cards out of the opponent already. And we're gaining life, so we get to offset the Null Priest action a little bit. I mean, we already got hit once, and we're still back at 23, which is pretty sweet. They are going to get a card here, which is going to be a little tough, but that's okay. We are down for that. Ooh, man. That's so close. That is so close. But we'd be putting this at risk for no reason. I don't think we want to do that. I think we just do this. And I think we attack. Because, I mean, they have to block with everything, and we'd get to kill the vampires. That's fine. It's very tempting to play the Scoot Swarm here, bro. I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient like I'm supposed to be. Plus, if I get a land, I could Scoot Swarm, play the land, level up Druid class. You know, so there's other options here. All right, we get to sacrifice a thing. Well, I'm probably... How many cards do you have left? 28? I'm just going to sacrifice this. Like, I'm fine with that. Yep, we'll take 2. If that's the worst thing that happens, we're good. Oh, well, that's a thing. And we get to pick up all their tokens. Oh, all right. I guess this is where we're headed. And we get to Crab, Scoot Swarm, Topiary Stomper, all in the same turn. That's going to be a lot of cards. Oh, man, this is gonna be a good turn. This is going to be a good turn, y'all. Yeah, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's exactly what we have, and we have all the right colors. And that's if we don't even draw a land. All right. Cool. We'll take that. Now, admittedly, they are getting to where they can meat hook now. So that is something we have to be aware of. But we'd be left with the summoner even after they meat hook. So, I mean, I guess that's okay for the most part. And then we'd also be able to make another big body in 2 turns. All right. Well, let's see what they want to do. This was not the turn I thought we were going to have. But, hey, here we are. And they have to discard. So they have a lot of decisions to make over there. That's not bad for later. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do the dang thing. Thanks for following. All right. Here we go. All right, opponent goes to 13. I mean, they can make a lot of blockers still. I mean, we know what a chunk of their hand is already. I assume, though, if you have a sweeper of some kind, you're going to have to be incentivized to use it here sooner or later. Because this is not a good situation for them otherwise. Yep, here it comes. I was going to say, why else would you do this? You know what, though? I am not going to block, and I'm just going to say, if you're going to meat hook, I'm going to make you meat hook for the full 4. So you get to do nothing else with your turn. Because if we blocked, then they get to meat hook for like 2 or 3, and still may do something else. Yeah, this just makes you use all your mana. And we're okay with that. Okay, let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4. If we leave a green available, yeah, we could do that. And then do this. Yeah, that should work, right? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Just make sure I get a forest here. I kind of want to decline in a way so I can have other triggers in the future. So I know it does make my land 1 bigger, but or my token creature, but there could still be another sweeper or something in our future. So we'll see. All right, what you got, opponent? What you thinking about doing here? Also, welcome all of you that are joining us here on this fine Sunday. I wasn't sure how many people would want to come hang out today, but I'm glad I'm streaming. All right, they've got a lot of mana. They got double white now, if that was something they were waiting on. And we've only found one of our landfall things during all this, which is kind of sad. We just found that 1 Scoot Swarm. All right, they're going to meat hook again. Unless they've got a removal card that gets rid of a token. We're going to hold this, obviously, till we can get something good out of it. Yeah. All right. We level up once. Then we level up again. And then we attack for lots many. All right. I guess that's game. This is awkward. We get to play against somebody who just has the name of Practice. Okay. I guess we got to keep this, right? We got the turn 1 crab with bounce lands. I mean, with search lands. So, sure. I mean, I guess if it doesn't get Fading Hope tier or something. All right. Then here we go. Oh, boy. We might be helping them by putting stuff in the yard, depending on what it is they're going for. I should have probably got a mountain with that one. It's okay. I can get a mountain with this one. All right. Thanks for the follows there. Well, I won't be bouncing that, because that doesn't benefit us at all. Ooh, do we go Cobra into Cobra here? Or is that just getting greedy? It's probably very greedy. Let's just do this. And I'll just use one of these, even though it doesn't really do anything. Yeah. So the opponent's a fight rigging deck. Alrighty then, that's good to know. I mean, do we just go for Cobra this turn then? Because, like, I wasn't going to, but now I kind of want to. Alright, let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. I mean, they could meat hook here. Binding. Oh, there goes our crab. If only I had a mana open. Oh, I got a backup crab. That's kind of cool. Alright. I just realized I can't protect this one either. Oh, I can actually, because I can get a land here. And actually it'll be untapped, so I can just make sure it's an island. Even though I normally want them to be green. Oh, I did that out of order. I was thinking about this. Oh, I just wrecked myself. Well. Such is life. Well, I won't have double green now, even though I should, but I wasn't paying attention. I'm going to gamble. Actually, hold on. How many cards is the opponent down to? 33. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. Doesn't really matter. All right. You can block one. We don't care anymore. Like, we've done what we're going to do here with those. All right. They get to go search. What do you got? 4 mana. Gonna be binding. So it was the right choice, as it turns out. Oh, we'll definitely leave that up there. Oh, we are definitely... Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is about to be so good. Here we go. Too bad I don't have something to do with all this mana I'm about to make. We got all the triggers. Yeah, just mana that's irrelevant. All right, we'll get one of these here mountains. Just piling up mana we're going to do nothing with. Get a forest. Get a forest. And we go to attack. Not that we're probably going to win by damage at this point. But it has 9 cards. I mean, there's probably some world where we still die while they've got 9 cards plus what's in hand. All right. Shambling gas. Yep, you have a shambling gas. Deadly dispute. Oh, they are going to do it. What? Opponent, you only have 8 cards. Now you have 6 cards. I mean, if they think they can get it done, though, maybe. Yeah, you got to kill that, right? To at least give yourself max number of turns here. Okay, we're just going to hold that till something better comes up here. I mean, I guess I attack with both. Does it really matter? I mean, they chump block. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do that, you're only going to save 1 more point. You might as well block the Cobra. Okay. Well, they had something to do. Well, but then you're only going to have 4 cards. All right, and then 3 cards, right? Yeah, okay. Opponent is flying real close to the sun right now. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, this lets us get forests and islands. This lets us get plains, forest, mountain. Let's keep it. Let's go get an island. Mostly because this also sets up a possibility that if we draw a crab, we could play crab into one of these courtyards. And then stuff like that happens sometimes, and we do none of those things. So let's go ahead and do this. And hope you're not interested in killing a Cobra. I have a feeling you are, though. Which is going to make me a little bit sad, because I don't have double green for a Topiary Stomper. Hey, you weren't interested. Yay, us. Or maybe you were and just couldn't do anything about it. Either way, we appreciate it. And get a mountain for our troubles. And then that gives us another green. And then here we just have to decide if we want to get... let's see, if we do this... I was thinking if we Topiary Stomper, we still have 1 open. That doesn't allow us to do anything. Alright, so might as well just do this. And just get more mana for next turn. Okay. Pass the turn. I mean, this Cultivator dead? Nope, Cultivator's not dead. Cultivator's going to get to go to war with somebody. Oh, they said no, we do not want you to go to war with somebody. I appreciate that. Okay, so now we can Stomper, get a mana, play a land. Actually, I guess we just Scoot Swarm first then, right? Go to 5 and then go to 6? All right. Not the way I thought this was going to play out this time, but hey, here we go. And then that also puts us in a position to be able to block infinitely against this particular deck. Next, we will pass. Mostly because we can just block their thing, so there's no reason to get too crazy here. If they have 2 removal cards and get rid of both Scoot Swarms, so be it. If not, we're in pretty good shape next turn. Tovalar, sure. Those will be able to trample. That is a relevant thing here. Next turn, obviously, but still. Alright. They're not the type of deck I think we have to worry about such things. Let's go get an island. Alright. Here come some things. This, and I think that's all. Plus, we have Vigilant Topiary Stompers, so that's actually pretty powerful here, too. Alright, they all flip. That's going to be a lot of damage. But the opponent is only at 13, so if they tap down to attack, they're just dead, right? Yeah, they're way more than dead. What's that? 4, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 5 is 20. Arlen, sure. Them are some duders. They can do a little bit of work. Oh, yeah, you had the backside of Arlen. Oh, never mind. Yeah, we just take 7. I mean, like, how much do we really care? Oh, and then we got a theater. All right, so now we'll have way more than enough dudes. Mana that's going nowhere, but doesn't really matter. All right. Yeah. Cool, cool. All right. Either one of these get an island. This gets an island. Okay. Let's keep this. I have a feeling this is not going to go as great as we want it to, but also probably not as bad as we think either. Because we already have this and this, which is kind of nice. Now, what does that ultimately result in? Don't know yet. But I have a feeling this is going to be dead on this turn. And then we'll go ahead and get a mountain here, because we already have forest in hand. Actually, if we do that, though, we can't play... Well, we don't have any red cards in hand, so F it. Want to be able to play Topiary Stomper next turn. Because if they don't kill our crab, which they didn't... We now... Oh, we get multiple... Oh, we don't, because I won't be able to play the Topiary Stomper. Alright, whatever. This is still worth it. Alright, no attacks. Now we're going to lose at least one of these, right? No, they're just like, whatever, here's 8 damage. You know what, though? This is real. Because if they do get a land and have the, like, double attacks thing next turn, double your attack power, we would just be dead, right? 16. Not quite dead. Do I need to make blockers? That is a real question. It doesn't matter. I mean, those do trample, obviously. Let's go ahead and just do this. How many cards I have? 32. And then we get to hit them for 6 more. Splendid Reclamations, if we're lucky, we'll get 6 each. No attacks. Actually, 12 each, because we have 2. So that's 24. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Ah, I knew they had it. I knew they had it. Oh, how did we know? How did we know? I should have played the Scoot Swarms. I knew it. I knew it. Well, I got to block 1 or we're dead, so that's a given. All right. Well, we can't kill the opponent now, no matter what we do. So, yeah, I was going to say a Fading Hope would have been our best option there, along with Scoot Swarm, but now we're in a bit of trouble. What's the most we could do here? 1, 2, 3. Don't have enough to do both of these. I needed a Cobra in play. This isn't a bad option, but just can't get there. Yep, just not good enough. I messed up. I was a turn late. I should have played the Swarm last turn. I could have played this turn. Yep. I don't think it would have changed too much, though. We still would have been dead. Yep. Not enough. Not enough. We were just a turn behind. One of those ones where had we been on the play, it was possible. Man, so dang close, too. Wow. That's a good one. That's a good one. Man, why are my opponents getting to go first today? Let's see. What do we want to do with this? This hand's not awesome, but we'll keep it anyway. Like, I'm not 100% sure what this is supposed to look like. But we're just gonna rock and roll with it. I have a feeling we're playing Cobras that are just gonna get swiped, but let's find out. Alright. Let's go Cobras. Next turn, we can play Cobra if our Cobra doesn't die. Get access to 1-2 more mana. Lets us play a Crab. Which is weird, because we probably... I was going to say, you probably want to be in a situation to play, like, Crab first. This isn't so bad, though. We're getting the opponent to spend mana doing other things than adding to the board, which is nice. Because it looks like they're just playing the mid-rangey... Oh, that's actually not terrible. If we could find an actual swamp, that would be cool. Alright. Well, we'll just do this. Get blue. Why did I say swamp? Find an island. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Not that we're going to do anything. Actually, that's a mistake. I should have used that extra blue and I could have bounced their aspirant. I wasn't even thinking. I could have kept some damage off of us. Because this is bad if they play Rafine this turn. Because then they get to put a lot of counters on the aspirant. Though they're probably just going to try to kill some stuff here. But this gets interesting if they don't, because then I have to figure out how I want to manage my turn. Alright, we're not blocking. If you want to meat hook or some other, go for it. Nope, just a Sorin. Alright, well, we'll probably be able to bounce a Sorin token, so that's not the worst thing. How do we want to navigate this, though? We can Valakut Exploration, play a land, get a blue, bounce. We could just bounce token. I mean, that seems like the obvious thing. However, if the opponent decides to meat hook for 3, I'd rather them get rid of the token. I don't like any of these choices, y'all. Or do we Topiary Stomper, get a land, mill? That gives us 1. This gives us 2. Then we can play this. Alright. Maybe that's better. And I guess we'll get an island since we already have a mountain. Get green. Play this. Guess get a red. All right. And now it's how much do I believe in the Valakut Exploration versus... Nope, we're just going to do this. We're going to do this, and if it bites us in the butt, I'm willing to go down with the ship. We just need to... We got to draw a land or a thing that searches a land next turn. Like, we need a land or like a Topiary Stomper or something. Or this is just going to go really badly. Mostly because it allows us to trigger the exploration. We'll be able to Scoot Swarm some stuff. I mean, basically just force a sweeper from the opponent, realistically. But we'll see. Come on now. What you got? All right. This is probably going to be a big hit that we're not going to like. Question is, can we afford to take 7? I think we block here. Just so if they do meat hook for 3 or 4, they also lose that. Because they might be considering it. But we need a really good card off the top here. No, the Stomper is fine. It's in here just to search for lands. I don't really care. Like, it being active is nice, but not mandatory to any plans that we have. Okay, opponent's at 38 cards. We can Scoot Swarm, but then we can't do anything else. So let's do this first. Yeah. We'll go ahead and get an island. Take action, get an island. That's nifty. Unfortunately, I can't play that here. Would have been nice. Oh, did we not play a land? Oh, we didn't, because we just cast the Cultivator. I forgot. The island was one we searched for. Well, isn't that something? That was a pleasant bonus I wasn't thinking about. Yeah. All right. Opponent's down to 29 cards. I think that's it. We can. I guess we attack with Topiary Stomper. Let's at least get rid of Sorin. All right. That's done.
Let this be over.
End the turn. Deal 2. All right, now we can block things up on the ground, which is nice. If they don't have a counter and we find a Splendid Genesis or Splendid Reclamation, that's actually really good. All right, another Luminarch Aspirant. And a Kaito. All right. Those are things we don't like.
No secret is safe from me.
Sure. We're going to go ahead and bounce this. Oh, we're definitely leaving that on top, boys and girls. And folks, this is what we wanted. We will double block here, in case you were wondering. Like, yeah, exactly. That's exactly it, Fat Destro. That card being on top is chef's kiss right now. Yep, might as well. All right. How many cards are we going to get here from the opponent? 3, 6. So we get 6. It's 18. Still not going to mill them. But we can do this. And do this. And get a crap ton of damage off the exploration. All right, they gave up. That'll work. This is a weird hand, because part of me says we should keep this. You know what? Gamble. We're going to risk it for the biscuit. I really should be throwing this back, though. Like, we should not be keeping this one. This is definitely a do as I say, not as I do type scenario. Because there is a very good chance this Ruin Crab is already looking at its dying days. Oh, the opponent might just be like, F you, I don't want to get milled. Oh, so it's against the Boros Aggro deck. They're actually pretty well positioned against us, honestly. So this isn't the worst thing for them. We need to find a mountain. Or a way to fetch a mountain would be even better. Alright, Bloodthirsty Adversary. If you attack, I'll block. It'd be a great situation. Okay, maybe they didn't believe I would block. Alright, we're gonna go Topiary Stomper. Get another mill action in there. Get that mountain we've been waiting on. Alright. And you know what? No attack. I was about to attack back, but we might need to block, so no 0 attack there from us. The crab does not get to send the message on this day. Let's see. What is the opponent at here? You've got 38 cards. You know what? We're going to not block here for a second. Commando faces Kakazan. All right. Okay. That's a thing. Let's... Ooh, we actually get to play Ashaya next turn. That's kind of spicy. Alright, we'll go ahead and play this just because we can. No attacks. Alright, I wonder if this is where... Is this where we're supposed to just... Well, we can't give up the crab here, right? I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Because technically, the crab helps us trigger the Stomper, which is kind of funny. They have stuff to get back here, right? Oh, do they not actually have an instant or sorcery? How random is that? Wow. I would not have guessed that if you gave me 15 guesses. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Topiary Stomper itself would be 6. This would be 7. What are the odds we'd actually mill them out here? 3, 4, 5. We can't take 7, though, right? We just have to force them to spend a spell here. I mean, I'm assuming they've got it. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I'm fine with that, though. I'd rather it go there than at our head. All right. And then we have Ancient Green Warden, so all good. So even if they exile Ashaya or something, we do have opportunities if we can find the right cards. And we can gain some land off of the Druid class, so there's options here. But we are definitely in the blocking business right now. Oh boy. All right, well, those are words. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'd have to tap the Topiary Stomper. That is fine. Here come all the triggers. All the things are happening. Yeah, this is just gross. Yep, that's gonna do it. Okay, we'll keep this. I mean, this is probably bad for us, but, you know, let's find out. I'll go get an island. And then, not sure. Really, I mean, the problem is, turn 3 is really bad for us. Turn 4 plus, we have a fair amount of good things to do. But I would really like something to cast next turn, potentially. Because this is pretty rough. Honestly. I mean, even if nothing happens to our Ruin Crab, all we're doing is milling for 6 next turn. And I say all we're doing, but I mean, we're not doing anything real productive. All right, you got 4 mana, 2 of which is white. There you go, Skyclave Apparition. And this is the part where we were kind of like, oh, see, this is where you get stuck, right? Where you're not really doing anything. Yeah, bring the attacks, opponent. Do your thing. Okay, let's just... Well, actually, let's not. We're going to need a 3rd blue or green. Let's just make... I guess that could be an island, though, down the road. All right. Let's get a forest. So I think our plan here is going to be play Cultivator. Something probably happens to Cultivator. But then see if we can set up some level of quality Scoot Swarms after that. And if not, not sure what we're going to do. But we should be mostly okay if we can make that happen. Because this will be land 4. This will be land 5. We can play Scoot Swarm, Broker's Hideout, Scoot Swarm. It's kind of the best thing we can do here. Now, if they just have double, like, exile thing, then I guess we die. Like, don't know what we do other than that. Opponent, just attack. Get your 3 damage. There you go. See you later, Absolute Dog. Thanks for stopping in. Ooh, double Reclamation. Well, that's cute for the future. But what does that do for us right now? Let's get one of these islands. Okay. See what we can do here. I mean, maybe they end up only attacking with Topiary Stomper. They probably have another thing that exiles a creature or something here, though, right? Well, I guess they don't have another land, so Topiary Stomper doesn't even come over yet. Oh, that's great. Do we even not even get attacked this turn? If so, this is fabulous. This is literally as good as we could have hoped for. Probably better than we could have hoped for, really. Okay. And a backup Scoot Swarm in case none of these shenanigans work. So that's nice. Alright, so we get one swarm. Does the other one die? No. Alright, so then we'll end up with 4 swarms. Okay. Sounds good. We could attack here. I mean, what's the best blocks they have? We get to take out 2 things and we get a thing. We're at 20. I mean, nah, no attack. That's just being overly ambitious, I think. Teleportation circle. Well, that's going to be too slow to do what you need to do here, so we're not worried about that. Like, we will make way more Scoot Swarms than we are worried about. Yeah, with double Reclamation hand, and I think we have 3 fetch land. Oh, we have 4 in the yard. Oh, yeah. We're good. We just spend next turn making, like, whatever that's going to be, 180 Scoot Swarms, and then we just win the next turn. Yep. Yeah, I don't even know what that removes. I mean, I guess you just remove a Scoot Swarm for sport. Just to minimize the damage. Nope, they can get rid of the bigger thing. That's fair, I guess. I mean, you got to do something. Do we just try to do it all in one turn? Nah, that feels greedy. I'm only going to cast... Oh, actually, I can't. I just realized that. I'm a mana short. Wasn't that something? Well, hell. Who knew? Alright, this is probably more than enough anyway, though. Like, that's already 20 triggers. And then it basically means I'm going to be getting 40 triggers. Oh, more than that, actually. Yeah, this is way more than enough. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to get the lands. Actually, that's not true. I'll get 1. And then the rest, I'm just going to decline. Because if they do have a sweeper, I'd rather just do some shenanigans of just, like, play a Scoot Swarm, play another Reclamation right after it. There's generally no reason to go get the lands here. Oh, I guess I needed to get 1 more there, actually. That was a mistake. I need to get at least 1. I guess it doesn't matter, though. Like, you still have to block a lot of things. I mean, you've got 4 blockers. You can play a 5th blocker, gain another life, and we still have 30 plus that are going to come through, so I guess it doesn't matter. Started using Jetmir, Retreat, Swarm, Landfall deck. Yeah, I have that deck. It's actually really good. I posted that up like a week ago. Okay, yep, opponent's dead. Alright, with the opponent going first, I guess we'll keep this. We got all of our colors to open, so that's good. Not that they do a whole lot, but we have them. They didn't open with anything, which is good, so that gives us a little bit of time here. Let's go ahead and get Mountain. Alright, definitely have to have something on 2. Alright, that's not so bad. We get a little bit of wiggle room here with a Fading Hope. Possibly get to, if we get an untapped land, we could level this up, play a land, and then bounce something. So that's actually not too bad. Almost wish I would have left mana up there. We could have got them on a 2-fer, would have been cool. Does this do anything? We play that, we get 1 mana. No, that doesn't particularly do anything great. So I think we just do this. Play this. Gain a couple of life. and then we just pass. And then we'll see what we can figure out. Commune, sure. Oh, well, that's going to be a lot of not fun for us. Actually, it's not that bad. If they take a turn off to deal with that, we're mostly okay. We'll try. See if they have a way to protect it. They do not. We'll definitely leave that on top. That's great. Yeah, that's borderline fantastic, to be honest. Okay, now do we want multiple Scoot Swarms? Or, well, we won't get Scoot Swarms, but we'll get whatever we're calling those. They're little tokens that go with it. Or do we want... Let's say we play this. We get 1, 2, tap for 3. Or... Trying to figure out which way I want to go here. Because it's definitely not Valakut Exploration yet. Not till we have one of these leveled. So I think I'm going to go with Lotus Cobra. And bank on some possible odds that we're able to get Ashaya online next turn. I think is what we want to do. I mean, now, admittedly, we can't play Ashaya without the Cobra, but we need to draw a land anyway. So we'll see. I mean, now we got back to 25 life, so that's pretty good. So it's really just, what does the opponent want to do here? Yep. Probably get rid of Scoot Swarm, which makes sense. People don't like the Scoot Swarm, and I don't blame them. Oh, you have something for Cobra too? If so, that's hurtful. Okay, I was gonna say, like, bruh, come on now. Alright, we take our 5. Come on, land. Come on, land. Well, that's doing land the hard way, but it's land nonetheless, so we'll take it. Let's go... If we level this, we get 1, 2, 3. Nah, that's not going to cut it. Let's get green. Actually, we get one more when Ashaya comes into play, actually. So that actually does matter. Don't know how much. We'll find out. Yeah, still one short of being able to max out what we got. All right. We will attack. All right, let's see what the opponent's got here. We got a 7/7, but they do have a 5, which is probably going to be at least a 6. Yep, there's a showdown for 6. They can still play a land, play a rune. They did find a land, and they did find a rune. So there you go. Now, the good news is pretty much everything on top should be a hitter here. So this should be all good news. So let's go ahead and... there's no good way to do this, actually. Because I want to play this, then level one of these, but I can't. So I almost need to level first. How is this going to work? We level once. We play a land. There's no way I can do what I want to... Oh, actually, not true. We can tap the Cobra. All right. Never mind. So we can do this. All right, and then we'll tap this. I mean, I guess I could have waited, because there's a chance we don't get anything to play here, but, you know, if we don't, we don't, I guess. We kind of got everything we need, but sure. Come on, land. Hey, that was the perfect land to get. Look at that. Now we get to play this Stomper. So now everything's coming up Millhouse. Why did they leave 2 mana open and not play the other rune? That's what I'm confused by here. It's not making sense. Sure. I mean, yeah, we get another Cobra, I guess. Oh, and a crab. All right. This seems fine. I wasn't even thinking I should have done Cobra first because I would have got more mana. All right. I think we're running out of things we're finally going to get to play. All right. We attack for 13? How does this go bad for us if we attack here? Like, I don't even care. We're just going to turn lands into big giant things next turn anyway. So, if you want to do something about it, if you can kill a 13-13, whatever. You got it. All right. Then they're going to take 4 more. Okay. This was a pretty good comeback here. This was really resetting things pretty strong. And the opponent can still gain a bunch of life here, by the way. So it's not like this is just nothing. I'm not sure what their plan is here, though. If it's not to just gain a... It's got to be to gain a bunch of life, right? Try to draw into something. Because we're at 45. Like, we don't even care if that attacks us. And we can turn 1 land into a giant thing. Yeah, sure. We'll take a hit for 17. You do your thing, opponent. Like, you got to attack here. Why would you not attack there? I mean, I get it, but, like, we don't have trample. All right, well. This one's the one that's leveled already, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll level this up. We'll turn this into a big monster. We will bounce this. We will leave that on top because it gets a land. Yep, that's it. Well, I don't know where I sit after all that. Like, that was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. This deck was kind of a banger. It was pretty exciting. We had some great games on camera, on stream. Loved it. The one thing I would say, though, is you are going to struggle sometimes against the hyper aggro decks if you just don't get the right start or you don't get the early life gain stuff. So maybe we cut like 1 Topiary Stomper to play an additional Fading Hope and buy us a little bit of time in those matchups. But outside of that, I think it's mostly fine. Now, there are like the other opposing mill strategies that we're going to be a little weak to. That's fine. Those are ones you just chalk up where you're just not going to get those matchups. But everything else, we actually had a fair amount of game against, so I wasn't too upset about that. There were some times we maybe wanted 1 more Splendid Reclamation. I'm not sure where we'd find spots for that. Maybe the Ancient Green Warden, because we're not going to have it that often. Or maybe we actually just cut 1 Cyclone Summoner for the extra Reclamation. But I'm going to leave that up to y'all to decide. But those are the 2 changes I would make. Maybe -1 of our high-end cards and -1 of our Topiary Stompers to play another Fading Hope and another Reclamation. But otherwise, I wouldn't change too much else about the deck. It actually worked out very well. Now, for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about a card that's probably undervalued in Surrak Dragonclaw. And this card, the reason I say it's undervalued is it only goes for about $2 on most websites, but it's like 5 mana for a 6/6, which is already very good. Now, admittedly, it is Temur mana, so it's 2, a red, a blue, and a green, but it also has flash. So it's like, okay, now you're getting a 6/6 with an ability, plus it can't be countered. All right, cool. Plus your other creatures can't be countered. All right, cool. And then your other creatures get trample. This thing has 4 things it does, and it's a 6/6 for 5 mana, but for some reason it's only a couple of dollars. So if you're looking for a great card to add to your commander decks, maybe even you're playing some dragons or other just big bodies that you want to have trample, if you're playing these colors, this is a great card to pick up, and it costs you almost nothing. And don't forget, like always, you will be able to get today's deck list down in the description below. You can also come by our Discord at any point to get deck help or anything else, or just come by our streams and be part of all the shenanigans while we deck build. But if you like this deck, I'm going to link that other Landfall deck I was talking about in the opener, because if you like this one, you're going to like that one. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.